Hello everyone. So this is another C programming tutorial video. So in this video what we are going to see is how we are going to write our own function to find length of the string. So normally we'll use a built-in function to find the length of the string whenever we want to use it. But today we are going to see how it works internally, and we are going to create our own built-in string length function. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, I'm doing this in CodeBugs IDE. So you may use Turbo C++ or Dev C++, Visual Studio, or any of the IDE which are available. And yeah, so first let's create a new file. Actually, it's an empty file, and let's save it as let's say our string.c. Okay, so initially we are going to import the header file. So if you are using Java C++, then you may want to include the formula.h so that you can hold your input by using getCS function for some time, so that you don't have to go back and see the output. You can see directly when you execute the program. So this is the one moment. So this is our skeleton. So let's start filling in. So initially, to find the length of the string, what we need is an actual string. So we'll create an array of the characters, which is a string. So what we'll do, we'll create suppose the name. Now let's give it around 20. So we'll take the input from the user. So what we'll do is enter your name and scan. I assume that you have basic knowledge regarding the printing and taking the input from the standard input stream and output stream. So I'm not going to explain those things. I'll only focus on the loop which we are using to find the length of the string. So this method will let us to take the input from the standard string. Let's see whether it's working fine or not. Yeah, so let's give some name, suppose like random. Okay, it's working fine without any errors. So now what we are going to do, we need, in order to find the length of the string, we need to count how many characters. So casually how we do is, suppose let's say once again, suppose we have named random, and what we'll do, we'll count one by one if we want to find the length of this. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So its length is 6. So as we all know that a program is step by step, a computer works on a step by step instruction. So we are writing a program to provide a step by step instruction to count the characters in the string. So how we are going to do that? So in order to count, we need another variable known as counter, which is an integer because it is used for counting. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use a loop. So in order to use a loop, we need a variable for that as well. So what we can do, okay, now let's use for loop for this. So what we do, for I equals to 0, or you can do from 1 also. So now here are a few steps that you can do. You may want to use the break, or another thing you may want to do is name of I is not equal to null. It's not even necessary to write name of I is not equal to null, because if you omit this, then also it will assume whenever it's getting the null, then it will take as a false. So if you do this also, it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. So until it is not equals to null, we want to increase the value of I. So it's not even necessary that we use counter variable, we can print the same I also, but for better understanding, let's do this. So what we do is counter plus plus. So here what we are doing, we started counting from the 1. So normally Normally in the array, the values are stored from the index of 0. So if we start looking from 1, then we have to increase the counter once again over here. So rather than doing that, let's start counting from 0. Because our characters are stored from the 0th index to the length of the string up to that index. Plus 1 for the null character. But this null character will determine that that's the end of the string. So what we are doing here, we started looking from 0th index, and we check each and every character. From first, if we check, suppose the first character is null or not. If it is not null, then we'll count or increase our counter. Second character, third character will go until and unless we reach a terminating condition, which is the character being on null. So once we do that, we are going to print the string. Let's write print f length equals to, so it's an integer, we are in percentage d, so counter. Now let's run the program and see. So let's put a random, and we're getting the length is 6, which is accurate. So in the earlier I told you we are creating a function, but I did not do that actually. So those who don't have the knowledge regarding functions, this is the way it works. So for those who know how the function works, let's create a function for the length. So it will return an integer value, because length is an integer, and it will take an string value, which is a character array. So we'll move out this thing over here, and we have to create an I and counter, which is initially 0. So this is not necessary. So what we can do directly over here, we have to return counter. So what we can do directly over here is we can call the length function, and we are going to pass our name. So we got an error. Oh, sorry, we have kept n over here, and we give name over here. So it should be same with the variable that we are passing or argument. So now let's write some name, and its length is 4. Now why it is 4? This is another thing, because we are using scanf percentage s and name. So what does this do is, it is using the space as a delimiter. That means it will take space as the end whenever it's not regarding this function. It's nowhere related to this function. It's only related to this scanf input function. So what it is doing is, whenever it sees space, then it will assume it is the end of the string. So that's why if we put, let's see on other examples. Let's see like 1%, then also it is printing only 3, because it will assume that space is the end of the string, but it is not. So how we can avoid that is, we can use another string handling function, that is gets. What we can do is, we can use a function called gets. So what does gets do is, it will take the entire line as a single string. So it's a gets, and we are passing the variable where we want to store our name. So now when you go and run this program, then now suppose we put some person, then it's showing the entire length of the string. So that's all guys, thank you very much for watching. So stay tuned for further more videos regarding all the possible questions that you may receive in your final examination for 12. This video is especially for the students who are studying or who are currently in the class 12, and this is also one of the 5 marks question, I suppose, for your 12th final examination. That's the creating a length of the string without using the built-in function. So we are going to upload furthermore this kind of videos, which is going to be very helpful for you guys in your examination. So don't forget to subscribe and be happy and keep coding.